Good morrow, people of the Internetiverse, and welcome to this week's episode of Tasteful Nudes, which I believe is episode 2.
I believe so.
My God, we survived the pilot, and here we are.
Crazy,
so,
unimaginable.
I know, it's crazy. I'm your bodacious host, Dan, as always, joined by the vivacious vixen, Paul Austin.
Hey, it's Paul! That's my new intro that I'm trailing.
Sure, let's go with it.
There'll be a new one of those every week.
Yeah.
So look forward to that, listeners.
It'll be a new one every week until you settle on one.
Yeah,
in
get
about
bored.
Episode 29.
Probably. Do you ever notice your accent?
No, I don't think I even I don't know what accent I fall under.
It's interesting,
because,
isn't it? I don't think you've got
have-
a very thick accent, particularly. I don't tend to notice it. I don't tend to notice it in myself, but occasionally, I say this because yesterday I said the word HMV out loud, and I realised that the V sound at the end of HMV is a bit of a Worcester thing when I say it. HMV, V. It's the prolonging of it.
Yeah.
Rather than saying HMV, like a lot of people might, I say HMV accidentally.
Drag it out.
It's shit, I hate it. I was just wondering if
I've
you
never
had any
noticed-
moments like that.
Yeah. I don't notice my own accent in my regular voice, and it's one that, because I don't feel I fit into any of them. I don't fit into any of the obvious ones.
No.
Sort of thing. Like, I'm not a Cockney, I'm not Liverpudlian or anything else. I don't fit into any of the really
Why would you be?
noticeable ones. I don't know. Like, my dad came from London, so that counts.
How did he?
Maybe. My mum's from Hereford, so these things could have happened, but they didn't. So yeah, I don't really have an accent that I can easily pin down, but I know with certain phrases and certain things I do, I put on an accent or put on a phrase.
Yes, you do.
And I notice that quite often, and I'll do it, and I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I put on a stupid voice to go fuck yourself? Like,
Irish is the one I notice.
Yeah, I do I do an Irish one quite often. I don't know why. It's Irish and almost Australian I do quite often.
Can you
The
pinpoint...
Australian one is pretty much whenever I rip off Jim Jeffries, my brain instantly goes to an Australian voice. Like, fuck the pandas! Oh,
It's always when they're talking about pandas.
we all know what selfish cunts pandas are, and it's straight into his voice every time.
What? Do you know,
various things along
so
those
you can
lines.
pinpoint sort of what you talk about when, or
Yeah.
what the topic of conversation is when you change accent. What is it? Why do you go Irish?
I think it's because from high school we used to I did drama and everything else, and the one guy claimed to be Irish but wasn't, and we always used to... He really wasn't, just not even close.
Everyone's known someone who's claimed to be Irish. I think everyone knows somebody at some point in their life who claims to be Irish but actually isn't.
Oh, my dad's Irish, and so is his whole side of the family. I'm like, yeah, bollocks.
I knew a guy at university who claimed repeatedly to be Irish just because his surname was McLaughlin.
And it's like, but why? Why do you think I care? It doesn't
bizarre.
matter.
It was
Shut the
because he
fuck up.
once made a very tasteless joke about the potato famine. He was like, no, I can say that because I'm Irish.
Oh, right, because that's how that works.
Fucking coward.
Oh, it's fine. I can make a racism
Coward.
because I met a black guy once. Face up to your mistakes, you prick.
Fucking, honestly.
But yeah, I think it's just because we always used to do it then, and so I got very used to going, go feck yourself, and just, going full leprechaun Irish rather than, regular
Actual
Irish.
Irish. It is a fun voice to do, though, Irish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one that, I think it's more just an enjoyable thing, and it's far more jovial if you start insulting somebody or swearing at them in a fake Irish
That's true,
accent
it
than
is.
your regular one. So if I go, Paul, go fuck yourself. Like, okay, wow. Whereas if I go fuck yourself, it's a bit more jovial.
It's more like,
There's not
you can't
quite
get
so much
angry then. You
malice
can't get
behind it.
angry because it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, same as it's the F word in general. I very rarely will say it in my own voice. It's either a case of, like, an over-the-top angry voice,
Yeah.
Irish, or I will be copying straight from like the Game Grumps again, adding like a Y and a W in there. Go, fuck yourself. Like, I don't know why.
What's the first? Do the angry one. Do the angry voice.
Oh, the whole, "I'll fucking kill you, I swear to Christ!" That's clipped the audio something awful. Good luck with that
alright,
one, buddy.
Don't matter.
Jesus, that's just a wall of noise.
That's all right. They don't mind. The listeners, you don't mind, do you,
Yeah.
listeners? You don't mind.
You don't mind now that your eardrums have been blown out. It's fine.
I can alter that. I won't though. I won't though,
Okay.
listeners. I won't. I
won't.
won't alter it. Too much work.
I mean, at this point, they'll know. It's been a while since then. If you'd said it beforehand, they'd be like, "He won't edit what?" Oh God! Whereas now, like they're well aware that you have not edited
Yeah.
it.
Now that their ears are bleeding. There you go, listeners. If you have a funny accent, you can comment below.
Have you got a stupid voice?
If you've got a fucking stupid voice,
Have you got a stupid voice that makes you sound like a complete prick?
send us your voice.
in.
You can send us your voice clips if you want, and we'll play them on the pod and laugh at them.
Yeah, we'll laugh at how stupid you sound and how just loveless your life must be.
Yeah, idiots.
Already alienating people.
It's fun, innit? See, I
love
told you it is fun.
Yeah, well, I'm still not going to listen.
Fine.
So, I've got something here that I wanted to talk about that's been really fucking me off the last few
Brilliant,
weeks.
perfect.
So, it's the idea of exclusives.
Right.
Has been really getting on my...
Like sex.
It annoys me with games. No, not with, relationships. With, Good to know, though. Good to know where your head's at. Good to know that we're in that frame. So... I kind of understand it with video games. It's a lot easier to develop for one platform than it is to develop for all of them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't... What annoys me the most is games that are like, so, number 1 across all platforms, number 2 exclusive to 1, number 3 available on 2 out of 3.
Oh, yeah, that's
number
a bit
4
odd.
available on everything. I'm like, either be always available on everything or always available on just one.
Yeah.
So, my example is I've started playing the Yakuza series recently.
Yeah.
Because they're available on Game Pass, and it was really good fun.
I believe we
I
talked
still really
briefly
enjoyed
about
the
them last
combat and
week.
the story. Yeah, because I'm a hack and I have very little...
But this is a different thing.
Now.
This is a different topic. We're just mentioning the game.
So I love them, but there's
fine,
only
no,
Yakuza 0 and the remake of number 1. I'm going to bring him up every week. Fuck it, it's a feature now. Dan, what's this week's Yakuza update? I'm like, well, I've still not played it again. But yeah, there's only the prequel and the remake of the first one available.
Yeah.
But there's I think they're up to 7 that's available on some of the other consoles and available in some other countries. And that leads me into the other thing about exclusives that pisses me off. Ones where they're only available in certain countries. What the fuck? I can understand, maybe 24 to 48 hours of, release dates because of time difference. But why is it able to be released in Japan on April and then won't be able to be released in Europe until December?
Yeah.
And for me, the thing that's bothered me the most about that is there's a series. I'm a wrestling fan, which I'm sure I've mentioned before. There's a series called
have.
Dark. Yeah, it's a possibility.
I mean, to me personally, obviously,
yeah, I've never shut the fuck up about it, but
wearing a wrestling
There's a
T-shirt
series-
right now, listeners, I'm looking at him.
I sure am breaking out the bootios. There's a series called Dark Side of the Ring that was like a documentary I thought it was on a YouTube channel, but apparently it was on a TV show in America that essentially looks at things that have gone badly and gone wrong either in or outside of the ring. So it looks at there was a wrestler that was assassinated.
Damn.
There's ones that have severe dealings with drugs.
Yeah.
Mysterious death of some of them. The whole backstory to the Road Warriors and how they came to be and what everything that happened around.
Did
them,
it cover like a wrestler who
drinks,
was wearing like a big rubber suit, just to make it look like muscles, but actually was like a little scrawny man?
It hasn't done that yet, but I wouldn't know because 90% of the ones that I want to watch, I can't because they're not available in this country.
Oh,
There's no way to
fucking
watch them
hell.
in the UK.
Oh, bastards.
They're only exclusive to America and they're never coming over here. And it's not like it's a case of, oh, well, if you pay for Sky or, oh, if you buy this thing. No, they're just not available in the UK in any way. And that's what bothers me because it's like, well, why? What benefit is there? I can understand if it's like, oh, it's available on this show in America and then it's available on a different show over here. So it's called Vice in America and it's Sky One over here. Like, that's fine. It's a pisser because I don't have Sky, but at least I know it's available and I've just got to, spend money to watch it. Whereas when it's a case of, oh, we've made this thing, nobody can watch it though.
Could you use like a VPN?
How does that benefit you? Maybe, but last time, a friend of mine did that the other day because when lockdown first happened, Italy got Pornhub Premium free first. So he used a VPN to say he was from Italy to get onto Pornhub Premium free. And then hasn't been able to get back, so we can't do Discord or any other conversations with him when he's on his computer because his VPN's broke. So I'm like, I don't want to do that just in case. So as much
do you know
as
what,
I really
Dan? If this was like a proper
episodes,
podcast, we had like,
we'd have to have been sponsored.
This is where we'd stick in like a NordVPN advert.
Yeah. It'd either be a NordVPN advert or Pornhub Premium.
It
depends on our audience.
And
let's be honest,
Premium.
it's probably that one, yeah. Yeah, we are that kind of classy.
I mean, we don't.
people.
Do we need to advertise Pornhub Premium to our listeners? Probably not.
No, I'm pretty sure they already know.
I mean, I bet one of them's on it
made
now. You know who you are.
Probably, yeah. Doing it at the same time with us in the background. We're not here to judge.
Would you feel?
I have been. I have been making sure at every opportunity since lockdown happened, whenever somebody's like, oh, I'm bored, oh, I'm not feeling too great, to just drop in, Pornhub Premium's free at the moment. So I don't know why they're not paying me in advertising.
There you go, yeah, exactly. I mean, I didn't know it was free, and now I do know, so I'm I'm chuffed about
You're
that.
welcome.
Would you
I hope it still is. I know it was for a while.
Would you be? How would you feel if someone came up to you and said, Dan, I just feel like I want to be honest with you. Oh, no, they dropped it. Actually, no, they drop it casually into conversation. You're talking about making videos or doing the podcast or whatever, and they go, the other night I was just masturbating, and your video just came up, and one thing led to another. I just kept going.
Just didn't stop.
How would that make you feel? Depends who said it.
I mean, I think it depends.
Really.
Yeah, it depends on who said it. There's certain people, if they said it, I'd be like, well, hello there.
Like Jack.
Yeah, if Jack said it, I'd just start making out with him right then and there. That's going to come back. It's not going to come back to bite me. Me and Jack have made out plenty of times. Anyway, that's his reputation.
What sort of person?
I know for a fact. I'm not going to name any names because that's what they want. But I know for a fact there is a certain person that is probably listening to this within less than 24 hours of it coming out, probably less than half hour of it coming out, that will almost certainly be rubbing himself while this video's on. I'm not sure whether it's both of our voices or just mine, but I can guarantee it's at least mine, if not both.
Fucking
and
hell.
they know who they are, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
Imagine
despicable thing.
Imagine your penis just started bloating up, filled with pus, and it just all the like brown and black, really horrible smelling pus just came flooding out of your meatus.
You really need to stop talking about his fetishes. You're just getting it worse.
Sorry, I've totally derailed your conversation about wrestling.
It was about exclusives, but sod it, that's done. Now we're talking exclusively about people masturbating to us with pussy.
Well, I was
penises.
interested. Because I agree. One of the things that annoys me, though, as well, related to that, is people who get really frustrated that their exclusives have been taken away. So recently, they announced they were going. Not that recently. They're going to port Horizon Zero Dawn, which was a PS4 exclusive, to PC, and like all the PS4 fans got really fucking pissed off about that and be like, Why is that changed? That was our exclusive. And it's like, fucking shut up, you knob ends. Just grow up. Grow up.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the game's already made your console money. You've already played it. What the hell does it matter?
I don't like this whole...
You don't work for the PS4. You
No.
don't work for Sony. Why do you care? If you are a Sony executive complaining about it, that I understand, because that's somebody taking something from you when it's, I own this console and somebody's giving something... No, fuck off.
I think it's just... It's the same thing of... I think a lot of people have got this weird idea of companies as we talked about this in the episode that we aren't going to air. I just remembered.
The one that died, yeah.
But basically, the summary of... I didn't even need to say that because we're not releasing that one. But
yeah, exactly, so nobody will know.
But it's that whole thing of people being like a fan of a company or of corporations. Yeah. Which I think is insane, and kind of treating it like as a football team, and being like, sit and waiting for sort of to fight with somebody over it, and it's stupid and annoying. And stop doing it, idiots. Disney isn't your friend.
They don't care about you. Yeah, Disney isn't your friend. They don't care about you. They care about your wallet.
Yeah,
you stop buying their stuff. They're not going to be like, oh, is everything okay? How can we help? How can we make sure that you're all right? No, you stop buying their stuff, they're going to continue to stomp on your face.
Yep.
That's all that's going to happen. It's
fight the power.
I think it's a line stolen from... I'm going to steal it from Yahtzee, from Zero Punctuation. Fanboys will defend absolutely anything. Mm-hmm. People that love, say, Xbox will defend a Xbox casing filled with wild bees that stings exclusively on the face and balls just because they live in an Xbox casing.
Yep.
Like, that's how fanboyism works.
It's crazy.
Oh, I don't care that it's shit. I love it. I don't care that it's murdered my parents. They didn't mean it. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's stupid. Back to the exclusives thing. Wouldn't it be good to have like one game be sort of split up into segments? Like 5-minute segments, and every single one of those segments is on like a different console.
I mean, I'd be fine, because I own all the consoles ever. Everybody else would be really pissed.
But they're also the segments are being held for consoles that haven't even been thought of yet.
Okay, then it's pointless.
The beginning of the
why
game,
is it made?
the first segment will be released on a console that's not going to be available until 2077. That's the date we're setting in mind.
The first part doesn't come out until the PS10. Like, it comes out on a PlayStation 10.
And the second part is available on like the Dreamcast.
The third part is available on the Xbox holodeck. The third part is a NES exclusive.
I think I'd have respect for that.
Part 4 is on the Wii, but not the Wii that's already out. No, the Wii with 12 eyes that comes out in a couple of years' time.
The next part is available on the Wii Mini, the mini version of the Wii that they're going to release, much like they released the mini SNES and the mini NES. Like a kind of Star Fox 2 thing.
I'd play all of these. I'd be 100% down for this. I will be, like an old 100-year-old man barely able to stand. I'll sit there and be like, I love this.
The ending of it.
Where's my walker?
And then the final part, you do get the final part at the end. The final part is released chronologically, so you get the last bit of the story last, and it's a cutscene told entirely through still images with a bit of voiceover.
I'd be so mad. Those are the worst fucking endings. Those piss me off so much. I've gone through all of your crappy video game to get to the end, and it's... And like the...
Yep.
No, I'm fine with the Banjo-Kazooie noise. It's more just the silence as like some melancholic music plays. Like it's an end of an 80s show, and it's like... Zelda went on to continue being the princess and doing fuck all for her kingdom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Link went back to nowhere and slept in because he's lazy shit, but somehow saved the world. Ganon died forever and never came back. Didn't do it. Don't look it up. Never happened. Like, it's bollocks.
Or it's like just a screen that says in white text, "Congratulations. Thanks for playing. Why not have another go?"
In a black background, white text is "Congratulations, a winner is you."
Yeah.
Congratulations, a winner is you.
There you go.
Why aren't we game designers, Paul?
We pitched it. This is our first pitch for this game.
Yeah. I hope you're listening, Mr. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo.
They almost certainly
And possibly Sega. Yeah. Because why wouldn't they be? We're brilliant.
What's next? What did you want to talk about next?
So the other thing is I refound / started watching again last night / this morning a channel called Forest Fire 101.
Ooh, okay. I've never heard of Forest
this?
Fire 101.
So it turns out that's the guy that made the duck song.
The
whole
fucking
duck walked up to the lemonade stand
no, I
thing.
hate that.
Yeah, I hate it as well. I didn't realise it was him that made it. I watched his other stuff that people, hate.
Yeah.
Like nobody else gave a smeg about. But I loved them. Was his... he did a series of Batman videos. Like
Right.
Lego Batman and stuff. And I loved these because they were so ridiculous. And it's like Batman being awful to Robin for no reason other than...
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny. So watched the one last night where it's Batman just sat around, doesn't really care about what's happening, and Robin bursts in like, Batman, oh, the Joker's on his way, he's going to kill us all. Don't worry, Robin, I've got a plan. They burst through the door and start shooting at him, and he just goes, "Human shield!" Grabs Alfred and just Alfred gets riddled with bullets, and that's the end of it. And I'm like,
nice.
Oh, I love this. This was gold.
Okay, this is a Tasteful Nudes recommendation.
Yes.
What's it called
So
again,
I
the
started
channel?
Watching them again. Forest Fire 101.
Forest Fire 101.
So I have no idea about his newer stuff because I've not watched anything he's done
No,
for
fuck
about...
that. No one's done anything good recently.
I haven't seen anything he's done for about 8 years.
Oh, damn.
I only started watching again last night, so I've seen all of 2 videos, which is his first ever one, which is him and Spider-Man teaming up.
Of course.
Sorry, Batman and Spider-Man teaming up to fight villains, and the Human Shield one. But I just remember it being so ridiculous and just him bullying Robin all the time. I'm like, man, these were great. You know who'd love these? Paul would love this. Let's bring this up. And then I thought I might as well bring it up here. So
Brilliant. Okay, well I'll check it out now. I'll be sure to check it out.
Sure you will, and I'm sure you will send me abuse for it, or
No,
wait until next week to be like,
it.
damn, it was garbage.
I mean, I'll probably forget the name of the thing. Forest Fire 101, yeah?
Yes,
I'll
I
remember
can
that.
send it to you if you wish. Or
Yes,
you can put it in the
please.
description. for
Might as well
people.
send it, otherwise I'll forget.
Fine. I'll leave my little piece of paper that I've got here with my notes on, which just says exclusives and Forest Fire 101. I'll leave that next to me, so we've got this sorted.
Good. Before we go, I think we should have a brief discussion on best foods to eat during lockdown. What your favourite
Best food to eat
lockdown
during
treats
lockdown.
are. Because I'm really into hummus at the moment.
You're really into hummus?
I'm really into hummus at the moment. I'm loving hummus. In a pitta with just some salad. Pretty delicious.
I can't say I've ever been a fan.
You don't like
I'm not
hummus?
a fan of hummus.
Not into
No.
hummus.
It's not been my thing, I'm afraid.
That's fair enough. What sort of... Do you like anything like that? Any other sort of... What is hummus? It's like a dip, isn't it, I suppose? Or is it a spread?
I've never been... I'd go with a dip. I've always seen it as a dip.
It's more of a
and things.
dip. I like it spread on something.
I've never
though.
really been... Yeah. I've never been a fan of dips in general.
Don't like
I guess
dips.
it's not something I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have them until a lot later in my life. So by the time I've had them, I'm like,
Were you born in the 60s?
No, I was born in a household where we weren't allowed things. We weren't allowed anything because it was expensive. We had to survive off of Smart Price. I say that, I lived in a cage and ate newspaper, but that's the majority of my childhood, so I don't really have much taste in anything.
We didn't have hummus either,
everybody
actually.
knows
I had
this.
hummus later in life, but we did have more than newspaper to eat.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to try hummus again and see whether it works for me. We didn't live off of Smart Price. Like I said, newspapers don't come in Smart Price.
No.
I just got like the local one. You can't beat some good old Bromsgrove Advertiser. It's full of roughage.
Another Tasteful News recommendation.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free. If you're ever peckish, start chomping down on some Bromsgrove Advertiser. No, that's not my lockdown food recommendation. I will try hummus again, and I will let you know.
You might not like it.
I haven't tried it in a while, so we'll find out, won't we? We'll cross that bridge when I burn it. The one that I've been doing more of, especially in lockdown, as I always, now that I'm in the house, I'm just buying snacks and random garbage and just throwing those down my face. But the one I've started doing that I find most enjoyable, most delicious is So last night I cooked myself a chilli, just a rather large beef chilli.
Lovely.
And then today, what I'm going to do is I'll get a crock dish, I'll fill the bottom with chilli, then do a layer of tortilla, a layer of chilli,
layer of
tortilla, and then cheese on top, and do myself a stacker, and
man,
beautiful. But yeah, I've been thoroughly enjoying that, so I do that every once in a while. And I also have started doing a grilled cheese, which I've never done before.
Classic.
It's just not one I'd ever done.
How do you make your grilled cheese?
I will essentially butter, bread, put whatever I want in there, ham. I say other things, just some form of meat, cover that in cheese. The way I was doing it was literally just making a sandwich, putting it in there, putting it under the grill, and then rotating it. But it meant the outside was toasted and cooked, and the inside wasn't melted. So what I've started doing is essentially making the bottom half, so covering it, ham, cheese, putting that in, waiting for the cheese to melt, then putting the top on. The top toasts, flip it over the bottom toasts, and boom. And that works.
Have you ever done it the American way?
It's not as nice as frying it?
The frying one.
Yes, I have. And that is very good. But my God, do my arteries feel it the next day.
Oh, really? Damn.
I think I told you about it. I did one where I made it was just like a cheese sandwich. It was just cheese in there. But then I wrapped bacon around it.
Oh, fuck, you did,
all the way around. And fried that. And it was one of those things that I'm like, this was delicious because the bread absorbed all the fat and grease, and the cheese melted so it was sticky, and the bacon, I had to sort of cook the bacon till it was crispy rather than normally where I might not cook it quite so much, sort of thing. But it all just it all worked together. But afterwards I'm like, I can't eat for the rest of the day. I need to do these more often. I'll stop snacking. And then actually, I've probably put on 3 stone from this one sandwich.
And then the next day, you felt it.
Yeah, the next day, I had some fun in the bathroom.
My personal favourite grilled cheese, or toasty, as we call them over here, is I like to... We've got a panini press. It's one of our few kind of...
I broke one of those.
Extravagant... Why did you sit in on it?
I had one of those when I first moved in. No, I just used it too much and didn't clean it properly, so it just was fucked. So I had to chuck it because it was
got to clean it.
Well, I did, just not well.
Oh, okay. But what I like... I do it in that, but I do it in that kind of frying way. So what I'll do is I'll prepare the sandwich. So I'll have a shitload of just nice sharp cheddar. And what I like to do, and this may freak a few listeners out without sort of taste, is I spread the butter on the inside of the bread as well. And I like to spread some Marmite on it as well.
On the inside?
In the inside with the cheese. Delicious Marmite. Both sides of the bread. Then I butter the outside as well. Stick it in the panini. There's shitloads of butter in it. You stick it in the panini press. Get it heated, and then what I like to then do is maybe grate a little bit more cheese on the top of the bread while it's just before the top half cooks, and then press it down, and you get like a nice crispy cheesy outside to your toasty.
Nice.
And then you open it, and you get the Marmite kind of turns into this kind of, it mixes with the butter, and it's got this kind of oily sort of Marmitey. I say oily, that makes it sound disgusting. But it isn't. It's delicious.
It is part of the flavour wheel, so I'll allow it.
Oh, good.
It's a thing.
Thanks, Chef.
Don't worry. You're welcome. It's nice that somebody recognises that.
It is. Oh, it's a delicious little snack, listeners. If you're into Marmite, if you're not into Marmite, then
I've got no problem with Marmite. I feel their advertising is a lie. I neither love nor hate Marmite.
Well,
I have no
go.
issue with it. Their advertising is just bollocks.
My phone again. I've told you this in. That's my phone, listeners. I've told you this personally, privately, in one of our most tender moments. But I think I don't get bitten by insects or anything very much, and I put that down to the fact that you get a lot of Marmite.
The amount of Marmite you eat.
I think that's what it's because
I get bitten by insects all the time. But I think that's just because I'm delicious.
It probably is. Strawberry flavoured.
I mean, have you seen me? Like, I'm practically made out of chocolate. Like, I'm just...
Like in that Lynx advert.
Sweet. Exactly. I'm that delicious.
Yep.
I'm not going to finish that with the ladies. Nobody deserves that. I've just remembered something else I've been making a lot of in lockdown. Mm-hmm. I got bought for Christmas like a blender and food processor, and I kept forgetting I had it. So it's just been in a box in my bedroom, hidden under an ironing board because I need to clear my life up. But I took it out of the box and started putting it together the other day, and realised, you know what I've not made in forever? Milkshakes. You know what particular milkshake I've not made in forever? A sour Skittle milkshake.
Oh, no.
And because it's been so long, Paul, I forgot the quantities you're supposed to do it with.
Oh, dear.
So I made this sour Skittle milkshake with 2 of the proper, share bags filled. So 2 of those into this thing with, half a 2.5 kilo tub of ice cream's worth of ice cream and a bit of milk. And it was thick.
Fucking hell. Wow.
And there was so much sugar in it. I took a single sip, and I'm pretty sure, my eyes just went, they widened, they dilated to a full amount, time became meaningless, I could talk to the machines. I was looking outside, and there was a squirrel that just shook its head at me and walked off.
You took one sip. You took one sip of the Skittles milkshake, and then next minute the lockdown was just over. A year
everything was over. A year had passed, and I was just stood there. There's blood everywhere. You could
still be in the thrall of the Skittles milkshake. You don't know.
This could be exactly what's happening. It was a lot. So I had one glass that first day. I was like, this will be fine. I stupidly doubled it with I'd made some Turkish chicken kebabs that day that were very hot.
God, sounds tasty.
And so I'd had these. And they were tasty, but they were very spicy. And I was like, You know what counters spice? Milk. You know what's got milk in it? This sour Skittle milkshake. I drank it, and I was chatting to some people, and they're like, Dad, are you crazy? I'm like, what? I was hungry and thirsty. What do you want from me? And they're like, no, Dad, you're going to die. Your intestines must be hell. And then I spent the next day just going, everything is fire! Ah! There's another thing that you can edit down. It was a good time.
Damn.
It's fine, I love to read. So there's some imagery to end it on.
Lovely stuff. So there's some recipes, listeners. So try those out.
Yeah. That guy's going to be masturbating to that, I guarantee it.
Comment down below if you did.
Part.
Comment down below if you did.
Comment down below if you finished to this video.
Yeah, and then post a little photo.
To completion.
Little photo of like, what do they call it?
The photo.
They call it something online, don't they? When there's all
semen skittles? I don't know.
Sure.
Send us a picture of that so Paul can taste the rainbow. All right.
Delicious. See you, listeners.
See ya. See you around YouTube.
Yep. Ta-ra. Bye.
Christ.
Bye, Dan.